Hey there, Johnny Daniel, your Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator. So I've got a ton of craft fairs right now, and I thought I would show you how the beloved Grinch pills are made. So we'll begin. So before I begin though, I have any kind of ribbon you want. And this is cut at about 18 inches, but honestly you could go down to about 12 or 14. Just depends on how you want to tie it. You'll understand in a minute. And then I've got a tag punch, and then you need some kind of label punch. If you don't have it, use your paper trimmer, cut a square. It's just that simple. Then I've got my poem for my Grinch pills. Feeling kind of grouchy, life like holiday spirit can't be found, just try these little Grinch pills. They're the best medicine around. Whether eating a whole handful or munching one or two, these tasty little pills take the Grinch right out of you. So this is cut at 1 3/4 by about, well, I started at 3 3/4 and then I trimmed down to fit the back. So it's more like just under 3 3/4. I'm like, I can't remember. Anyways, I just trimmed it till it fit right. So 3 1/4. There you go. And then the inside one, that is 1 3/4 by 3 1/4. This one is 1 3/4 by 2, and each of these, which are the sides for the box, these are 1/2 inch by 2 inch, and you need 2 of those. Then I just picked a Grinch on images, Google Images, and printed it out. And then I tried to match color, and then punched it out. So for the box though, that's the main part, right? For the box, this is Cloud Cover is the name of it, the name of the cardstock. It's cut at 5 by 7 already. And then on the 5 inch side, now when I say on the 5 inch side, that's the side that goes up against the guard, okay? So on the 5 inch side, we're gonna score at 3/4. Make sure you got your scoring blade. Yeah, I've done that a couple times. And then we're gonna go to 1 1/2, okay? Then we're gonna flip the whole thing over and do the other side at 3/4, and we're gonna go to 1 1/2. Now on the 7 inch side, 7 inches being up, we're gonna go to 4 3/4 and score, and then we're gonna go over to 4 inches and score. Okay, you ready? Now depending on how well you know your trimmer, you can either use a trimmer or a big scissors, but I know my trimmer pretty well, so I'm gonna go from this inside score line down to the bottom score line and cut, okay? So I'm gonna go just inside that score line so I don't have a bend, and then I'm gonna go all the way down to my line. And I'm gonna lift this up and look and make sure I got the corner right, okay? Because if not, you can put it back down and figure it out. Okay, now I'm gonna go over to the next line. I'm gonna put this down without touching the blade because now I know it's in the right spot. And I'm gonna go up, and then I have my cuts, okay? Then I'm gonna grab my scissors, and I'm gonna cut across on that bottom score line to knock off that side. And I'm gonna cut across on that bottom score line to knock off that side. So now here is my box, okay? So I'm gonna bend all my score lines, okay? Bend all my score lines. I'm gonna do this first because I need the glue to halfway set. So we're gonna grab my green glue. Tends to be working better than the tear and tape right now. So I'm gonna grab my green glue, and only one side at a time. And I'm gonna bend this over, try to not get my fingers in the glue. Bend this over, and then pull this up, flush, and this is going to become my little Tic Tac holder. I almost said tic-tac-toe. No, just tic-tac. And I'm going to squeeze it really good. Kind of hold it in place for a second. That's the only problem with that green glue, right? So I've got one side done. So you want to put the glue on this very first or farthest tab. Just gonna do that. Now, I found that I can grab here and kind of tuck it under, but you gotta figure out what works best for you. Hold this down. Oops, it slid a little. That's okay. That's why we got green glue, right? Hold it down. While you're holding it down, check the other side. Squeeze a little bit if you have to. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do the tag. Before you glue, you should do the tag. But it's possible to do it after too. It's just not as easy. So for this, I'm going to flip it over so I can see where my lines are going. And I got to flip this over because it's glued now. I don't make anything easy now, do I? So we're just going to stick this until I see the hole there. Okay, so that way I have my top to put my ribbon through. All right, so that's done. Don't forget to do the tag beforehand. It's just that simple. So now I'm going to put glue on, Stampin' Seal to be specific, on all my designer series pieces as well as my home. Okay, so grab here, throw it. I do it all at the same time. I tend to think in assembly line since I've been doing the markets, so forgive me if you don't, but that's how my brain works. So we're going to put the poem on the back. If you prefer to do a tag, you can. There's a little bit of room to write there. And then we're going to, doesn't matter which direction, but we're going to hold this down, and then we're just going to attach the top at first. So that way it's straight. Do you see how it's matted? Doesn't matter if it goes all the way to the bottom. Okay. Then we're gonna attach our mats and attach our mats and attach our mats. Can you see the pattern now? Okay. So that's what we have so far. So good, right? Okay. Now I'm going to grab my Grinch and my Grinch pills, and I'm going to get my Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to grab 3 of them. I'm going to put 1 on the Grinch. If you want to put 2, you can, and 2 on the label. The Grinch I can do right now. The label I want to do afterwards because I need to know how far down this goes. Okay, but before that, even, I'm going to get my ribbon that goes with the turtle suite, but it works great. I love this silky ribbon. So, all right, so we're gonna just do a slip knot real quick, and then I'm gonna tie this way up high. So if somebody wants to put it on their tree, they can, or if they want to cut this off and tie it around a gift bag, there's still room for that. So just a thought. Now I'm going to trim these off neatly, hopefully. Okay. All right. So we've got that. We're going to stick this in. We're going to peel these guys off. And then we're going to stick this as high as it can go. Okay. And that is our beloved Grinch pills, all set, ready, and ready to be packaged for this weekend's craft fair. So thanks so much. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. But other than that, pretty simple, right? Have a great day. Follow me for more stampinwithjohnny.com. Bye-bye.